When you create a club on Club Event, it'll take you to this screen that lets you fill in some basic details for your club. You obviously got a club name. You can choose a logo or upload your own. Select the sport, the club location, club county, club country, time zone, and a description of the club. When you create that club, you get a little welcome message, and then you are launched straight into the admin interface for the club. You'll see there's a couple of example events already created. There's an example invitation event, an example ticketed event to show you how they can be created. What we'll look at now is the initial settings. So we've done the basic settings, but there's a few more things you might want to look at. And we'll just concentrate on the settings menu here. There's more to be done on membership. For instance, if you want to use Club Event as a membership platform. Looking at settings, you'll see some of what you just completed is filled in here, but it didn't take you through the full load of settings that you can do. One of the most important things is your club is allocated a short code derived from the name. So KFA8 is the short code for the club, and that's used when in web pages. It's used when members want to join or people want to follow your club. Scrolling down a bit further, these have all been filled out already. So come on to the ones that haven't. So we have a banner URL. You'll see when you look at your events page, which is detailed there, you can have an image banner put on there to make it more friendly, and the description you put above there goes on that events page as well. So have a look at the events page, and you can use these settings to change the events page. If you wanted to host the events page somewhere else, so it's events.clubevent.co.uk/e/KFA8, you could embed that in your own website. So you could put your own URL here, so that when you share information about tickets, etc., you can use your own URL, and that will link through to the Club Event page. Next, we've got the reply to address. Now, messages from the platform come out from the platform, and they have to, but you can put a friendly address here, so you can have replies sent to, chairman at your club, for instance. So even though the message will come from postman@clubevent.co.uk, when they reply, it'll go back to an address at your club. Next up, time format. That's either 24-hour or 12-hour clock, depending on your preference. And next section is a bunch of defaults for events. So first one here is users can see attendees. When you look at the booking page, people can book tickets, and there's a little button that says, there are 10 people entered this competition. If you have this clicked, then it'll show you their names. You can change that on a per event basis. This is the default that's used when you're creating an event. Next, reminders sent to invitees and attendees of events. Again, you can set reminders to happen. Here we've got the default is 1 day before and 1 week before. You can change those, and again that can be changed per event. Next one here, show on web and iCal feeds. Well, that's really saying, okay, show it on my events page. So by default they're shown. So when you create an event, it's shown immediately, but you can change that again per event. Going down to ticketed events, you now have the possibility to create different ticket types. So it's created a free ticket here. You could create an adult ticket, a child ticket, a whole bunch of tickets that you might want. Again, this is when you create an event, these are the defaults pulled in. So you don't have to create anything here, but it's quite useful to create the tickets that you'd normally use at your normal event, so that when you create a new event, you've got them set up there. I won't go into these because we'll do that in a separate video on setting up a ticketed event. Ticket details. So when I create let's say an adult ticket, and I book an adult ticket, there may be stuff you want to collect on that. So for archery, for instance, I want to know what bow style they're shooting, what age class they're shooting, what peg they're shooting from. So these are all the details that you collect on a per ticket basis. So again, you can add these in here as your defaults. Next here, restrict to club contacts. When you book a ticket, the principal identifier is your email address. So we can tick this, and that'll mean that they will only get a ticket booked for them, or allowed to book a ticket if they're on that list of club contacts. Same here, if you have any limits in your club on availability, you can limit the people onto how many tickets they can purchase per day or book per day, and that means events on the same day, and it says they're with the same tag type. So you could have a social event and you could have a practice session, and you could have this set to 1, but it means they could book into a practice session and a social event, but not 2 practice sessions. See what I mean? Paid events. Now you have to enable the payments which need to be set up via Stripe. So you need to go through the Stripe setup, which is in a separate video, but that basically sets you up with a Stripe account, which is your account. There's a link to Club Event, so all the money goes into your Stripe account when someone purchases a ticket. It doesn't touch Club Event or Club Event's bank account, if you like. So that needs a few steps to go through, but it's basically as you would set up a PayPal account, very similar. Just needs to link it to your own club bank account so that your money from tickets can go into the Stripe account and then eventually go into your club bank account. Set your currency, and then you would enable payments. And again, that's by default on a ticket or on an event you would have payments enabled. Next section is membership functions. So it can be used as a membership platform. Again, you need to enable that. And at the moment it's a trial system, so you would need to contact us and we'll set your club so that this box is not grayed out and you can say, yes, I'd like to use membership functions. Reports. So Club Event will produce a few reports for you. Firstly, it will send a daily activity report if there's anything to report on. So that's who's booked into what events are coming next. There's a weekly or there's essentially a weekly report on events that have happened in the last time period as you choose, and you choose when that's run on. And that will all be sent to admins, but you can choose to send it to additional addresses here. Coming close to the end now of the settings section, cleanup. We will keep events on our servers for a period of time, but you get to choose that period of time, so you can choose them for to keep them for a month or longer. There is an option to keep or save events as templates, so they will not be cleaned up. They will live there for as long as you want. So if you've got an annual competition, just mark it as a template, and then next year you can just take a copy of it and run it again. Color, well, you'll see we're all in sort of Club Event purple here, so you can choose to change that color to a different style that might match your club. And here you can do advanced stuff. You can change your club plan, which links you through to the main website where you'd make that change, and you can delete this club. So once you've made those changes to your settings, you should save them, and then you're ready to look at other aspects of the system.